The celestial archive, the bioluminescent corridors of the mindscape. Collective's central archive pulsed with a soft azure glow as Xerax glided through them, his translucent appendages barely disturbing the delicate information mist that permeated the chamber. As the 97th archivist of celestial histories, Xerax had accessed countless records of civilizations across the cosmos. But today's discovery sent ripples of concern through his neural network. Anomaly detected in historical concordance patterns, his internal systems alerted. Reference: Sol 3, designation Earth. Xerax paused, his crystalline sensory nodes shimmering with interest. Earth was classified as a primitive development zone, home to a bipedal species only beginning to venture beyond their atmosphere. Yet the data fragments floating before him told a different story. Display full archival record, Earth. Xerax commanded. The mist coalesced into intricate patterns, revealing information so ancient that parts had degraded into unintelligible static. Fascinating, he murmured, his voice creating harmonic ripples in the surrounding data field. According to these records, Earth wasn't merely a developing world. It was ... dormant, the partial records indicated. Earth had once housed a civilization whose technological prowess had approached cosmic-scale manipulation, a level IX civilization on the Kadashave mindscape scale. But instead of following the natural evolutionary path, they had seemingly vanished, leaving the planet to begin anew with simple organic life forms. Archivist Xerax, a voice resonated directly into his consciousness. Your research patterns have triggered a priority alert. Xerax turned to face Elder Thalisa, her form composed of intertwined light filaments that signified her position in the collective's leadership. Elder, I've discovered discrepancies regarding the planet Earth, Xerax explained. The current species shouldn't exist. According to fragmentary records, Earth previously hosted a civilization capable of manipulating cosmic energies. Those records are restricted, Thalisa stated, her tone modulating to express severity. This information falls under Cosmic Security Protocol Omega. With respect, Elder, I've also detected energy signatures suggesting Earth is completing a dormancy cycle. The planet is awakening. Thalisa's light filaments pulsed rapidly, the equivalent of alarm in her species. Show me. Xerax projected the energy readings he'd been monitoring. Patterns that had remained stable for millennia now showed subtle but unmistakable shifts. Harmonic frequencies that resonated with cosmic background radiation in ways that only artificial design could achieve. The High Council must be informed immediately, Thalisa decided. Archivist Xerax, you will investigate this matter directly. Earth's awakening could disrupt the galactic balance we've maintained for eons. I'll need assistance navigating the restricted sector, Xerax noted. Seek out Vila of the Drift Nomads, Thalisa advised reluctantly. Her people once traded with the ancient Earth civilization. She navigates pathways forgotten by our star charts. As Thalisa departed, Xerax returned to the ancient records, piecing together fragments of Earth's mysterious past. The data suggested not destruction but deliberate dormancies, if the entire planet had initiated a cosmic hibernation. But why would an advanced civilization choose to forget itself? And what would happen when Earth fully awakened to its hidden legacy? The implications sent tremors through Xerax's neural network. If Earth truly awakened to its former power, the cosmic balance maintained by the collective could shatter in an instant. He needed to find Vila quickly. The fate of countless civilizations might depend on what Earth remembered or what it had been forced to forget. Guardians of the Veil, the quantum steel hull of Sentinel Krell's vessel, absorbed all surrounding light, rendering it nearly invisible against the backdrop of nebulous gases that marked the boundary of restricted space. For 7,000 cycles, the Veilkeepers had maintained their vigilant watch over the Sol system, ensuring nothing entered and nothing of significance left. Sentinel, we've intercepted a transmission from the Mindscape Collective, reported his second. Mira, her scaled skin reflecting the holographic display before them. Someone has been accessing the Earth archives. Krell's ridge spines stiffened, the equivalent of a frown among his species. Identify. Archivist designation. Xerax. The transmission indicates he's detected harmonic shifts in the quarantine field. It's impossible, Krell growled. The field has held stable since the Great Binding. No archivist should have instruments sensitive enough to. He's also seeking contact with a drift nomad named Vila. Mira interrupted. Their historical databases may contain unredacted information about Earth's previous cycle. Krell's talent hand crushed the control panel beneath it. The drift nomads were dangerous variables, unaligned with any cosmic authority. Their oral histories preserve knowledge that should have been purged eons ago. Set intercept course for the nomad trade routes, Krell ordered. This Zyrax must be stopped before he reaches Vila. The vessel slipped through subspace with practiced precision. Emerging hours later, near a collection of asteroid ships that comprise the current drift nomad fleet, Krell's scouts located Zyrax's transport vessel docked with a crystalline asteroid adorned with navigation runes. Too late, Mira observed. They've already made contact. Krell adjusted his ceremonial armored black plates inscribed with the ancient oaths of containment. Prepare for boarding. This ends now. Inside Vila's navigation chamber, Zyrax was examining star charts unlike any in the collective's archives. Vela herself was surprisingly diminutive, barely reaching Zyrax's lower appendages, but her eyes held the unmistakable depth of one who had witnessed centuries passing. These pathways would allow us to bypass the quarantine field around Earth, Vela explained, her six-fingered hand tracing patterns in the three-dimensional map. My ancestors called them the Whisper Roads pathways that exist in the spaces between conventional reality. Why would such extensive barriers exist around a developing world? Zyrax questioned. The answer came from behind them. Because Earth is not merely developing, it is remembering. They turned to find Krell filling the chamber entrance, his imposing form silhouetted against the starlight. Sentinel Krell, Vila acknowledged with surprising familiarity. Still following your misguided orders, I see. The quarantine remains by cosmic decree, Krell stated. What you're planning is forbidden. What exactly are we forbidden from learning? Zyrax challenged. That Earth previously hosted an advanced civilization? That something caused their downfall? Not downfall, Krell corrected. Transformation. The humans aren't descendants of the previous civilization. They are the reincarnations of it. Zyrax's sensory nodes flickered in shock. Impossible. No species can Earth wasn't dormant, but in a cosmic rebirth cycle, Krell continued. A self-imposed evolutionary reset. When it completes, when humanity remembers the balance of power throughout the cosmos, will fundamentally change. The Veil Keepers would rather destroy them than allow that. Vela accused. We maintain order, Krell insisted. Earth's awakening would bring chaos across galaxies. You mean it would threaten your authority? Zyrax observed. Before Krell could respond, Vila activated hidden controls and the asteroid ship lurched into motion. We need to warn them, she declared. The cycle is nearly complete, and humanity deserves to know the truth before your kind intervenes. Krell lunged forward, but a shimmering barrier separated him from his targets. This changes nothing. The veil will hold. But Zyrax and Vila had already begun their journey through the Whisper Roads, carrying with them knowledge that would forever change humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos. The Awakening DR. Maya Chen jolted awake, sweat beading on her forehead despite the laboratory's climate control. The dream had been vivid again, crystal spires reaching toward twin moons, equations scrolling through the air, and a profound sense of loss as something beautiful ended. The same dream? Dr. Elijah Okafor asked, pushing a cup of coffee across their shared workspace. Maya nodded, accepting the coffee gratefully. 5th time this month. But this time, I could almost read the equations. They seemed familiar somehow, like something I once knew but forgot. You're not alone, Elijah said, bringing up a global data visualization on their holographic display. Reports of similar dreams have increased exponentially worldwide. People across different cultures, with no connection to each other, are dreaming of advanced technology and stellar coordinates. Maya stared at the display, watching as pinpoints of light representing dream reports formed unmistakable patterns across the globe. It's like a circuit board, she whispered. Or a genetic key, Elijah suggested. I've been running analyses on participants' DNA. Look at this. He pulled up a complex strand of genetic material with unusual sequences highlighted. These non-coding regions, what we used to call junk DNA, they're not random. When mapped to three-dimensional space, they form recognizable patterns. Star maps, Maya breathed, recognizing the configuration instantly from her dreams. But how is that possible? I don't know, Elijah admitted. But the activation seems to be spreading. And it coincides with the anomalous astronomical readings we've been tracking. The solar system had been behaving strangely for months, subtle gravitational fluctuations, unexpected radiation patterns, and mysterious energy signatures that defied conventional physics. Most scientists attributed it to instrumentation errors. But Maya and Elijah suspected something more profound was occurring. Maya suddenly clutched her head, gasping as images flooded her consciousness in all dreams this time, but something more immediate, more real. The veil, she whispered. They've maintained it for thousands of years, keeping us blind, keeping us ... Dormant, Elijah finished, experiencing his own vision. Maya, I think we're remembering. Their laboratory instruments began registering unprecedented energy spikes emanating from Earth's core. Simultaneously, their phones buzzed with emergency alerts. Similar phenomena were being reported globally. Aurora-like lights appeared over every major city, visible even in daylight. It's happening faster than they expected, Maya said, somehow knowing this to be true. The cycle is completing ahead of schedule. Who expected? What cycle? Elijah demanded, but part of him already knew. Information emerging from cellular memory rather than conscious thought. We need to access the genetic key, Maya said with sudden conviction. Humanity needs to remember what we're meant to be before they arrive to stop us. Before who arrives? Maya pointed to the laboratory window. Outside, hovering impossibly in the sky, a vessel of impossible darkness had appeared, its surface absorbing all light that touched it. The Veil Keepers, she whispered. They're already here. On the vessel's bridge, Sentinel Krell observed the awakening planet with growing concern. We're too late, he told his crew. Initiate containment protocol. Earth cannot be allowed to fully awaken. But as his ship moved into position, another vessel emerged from a ripple in space, the distinctive crystal configuration of a drift nomad ship, carrying with it to beings determined to ensure humanity's remembrance would not be stopped again. Breaking the veil, the crystalline vessel piloted by Vela shuddered as it materialized fully in Earth's atmosphere. Narrowly evading the quantum steel interceptors launched from Krell's ship, Zyrax's sensory nodes flashed with alarm. As they descended rapidly toward a research facility, the epicenter of the awakening's strongest signal, their defensive systems are formidable, Vela noted, her 6 fingers dancing across control surfaces. The Veil Keepers have improved their technology since our last encounter. Can you break through their blockade? Zyrax asked. I don't need to, Vela replied with a smile that revealed her ancestral connection to the planet below. I only need to deliver you to the awakened ones. The rest will follow naturally, inside the research facility. Maya and Elijah worked frantically to decode the information suddenly accessible in their DNA, equations that had seemed impenetrable to human. Mathematics now appeared obvious. Fundamental, like remembering a native language long forgotten. It's a key, Maya realized. Her fingers flying across adaptive interfaces that responded to her thoughts with increasing precision. Not just genetically, it's a quantum key encoded into the collective consciousness of our species. But what does it unlock? Elijah wondered. The ceiling above them suddenly dissolved as Vela's ship phased partially through the building's structure. Zyrax descended on a platform of condensed light, his translucent form causing both humans to step back in momentary alarm. It unlocks your true nature, the archivist explained, and with it, Earth's purpose and the cosmic balance. Before either human could respond, facility security systems activated not in response to the aliens' arrival, but to an external threat. The distinctive black energy signature of Veilkeeper technology had surrounded the building. Sentinel Krell, Vela said as she joined them. He will stop at nothing to maintain the quarantine. Why? Maya demanded. What are we to the cosmos that we must be contained? Not contained, Xyrax corrected. Controlled. The Veil Keepers have manipulated your development for millennia, ensuring humanity would evolve along paths that would never trigger the awakening of Earth's true nature. But they failed, Elijah observed. Yes, Vela agreed. Something accelerated the process. Perhaps your species' rapid technological development. Perhaps cosmic cycles beyond even our understanding. The building trembled as Krell's forces established a containment field. Through the windows, they could see the Sentinel himself approaching, flanked by warriors in resonance armor. We don't have much time, Xyrax urged. The key must be activated now, before the Veil Keepers can reset the cycle again. Reset? Maya asked, horrified. You mean they've done this before? Wiped out human civilization to start over? 3 times, Vela confirmed solemnly. Each time humanity approached remembrance, the Veil Keepers intervened. What your histories call cataclysms or extinctions were deliberate interventions. But why? Elijah pressed. What makes Earth so dangerous? Not dangerous, Xyrax explained as the doors to the laboratory began to melt under Krell's weapons. Essential. Earth isn't a weapon to be feared, but a cosmic safeguard, a nexus point designed to maintain balance between fundamental forces. Maya looked at the genetic sequences displayed on their screens, seeing them with new understanding. We need to complete the activation sequence, she decided. Whatever we once were, whatever Earth was meant to be. It's our right to remember. As Krell breached the final barrier, the 4 unlikely allies joined Human Archivist and Nomad together, completing a circuit that allowed the cosmic key to finally turn. Light erupted from beneath them as Earth itself began to respond to the awakening call. Cosmic balance, the light emanating from Earth's surface, was visible across the solar system, a gentle blue glow that expanded outward like ripples in a cosmic pond. On the Veil Keeper command ship, alarms blared as systems failed in cascading sequences. What have you done? Krell demanded, his weapons now useless against the shield of pure consciousness that surrounded Maya. Elijah, Xyrax, and Vela, remembered, Maya answered, her voice resonating with newfound awareness. Her consciousness had expanded beyond her physical form, connecting with billions of awakening minds across the planet. Earth was never meant to be quarantined, Sentinel. You don't understand the consequences, Krell insisted. His imposing form somehow diminished in the presence of humanity's collective awakening. Your planet was designed as a nexus point of fulcrum upon which cosmic forces balance. In the wrong hands, it would be a weapon of unimaginable power, Elijah finished, sharing Maya's expanded awareness. That's what the Veil Keepers told themselves to justify controlling us. But that was never Earth's purpose. Xyrax stepped forward, his archival knowledge now supplemented by the information flooding from Earth's awakening systems. The ancient records make sense now. Earth wasn't a weapon, it was a mediator. A conscious planet designed to maintain harmony between conflicting cosmic forces. Your kind sought to weaponize that balance. Vela accused Krell. The Veil Keepers didn't. Quarantine Earth to protect thee. Cosmos, they did it to prevent anyone else from accessing its power. Krell's ridge spines flattened in. Submission, the truth exposed at last. The Council believed control was necessary. Better one authority than cosmic chaos. Not control, Maya corrected gently. Connection. Across Earth, humans were experiencing the same awakening memories of what their world once was, what they once were, flooding back through cellular memory and collective consciousness. Not conquerors, not destroyers, but guardians of balance. The planet's energy signatures stabilized into a harmonious pattern, reaching outward to neighboring stars in a cosmic greeting that had been silent for too long. From the Mindscape Collective to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, civilizations felt the gentle touch of Earth's consciousness, not dominating but inviting. Not controlling, but connecting. It was never about power, Elijah realized. Earth was designed to be a meeting place, a neutral ground where cosmic civilizations could resolve conflicts through understanding rather than force. A cosmic mediator, Xyrax agreed, his sensory nodes glowing with appreciation of the elegant design. Your species voluntarily underwent the rebirth cycle when the balance was threatened, choosing to forget, temporarily rather than be corrupted. Krell watched as his ships were gently but firmly moved away from Earth's orbit by forces he couldn't counter. What happens now? He asked, his life's purpose suddenly uncertain. Now we remember not just what we were, but what we can be, Maya answered. She extended her hand to the sentinel, not in challenge but in invitation. Earth has awakened to serve its purpose again. Will the Veil Keepers join us in maintaining true cosmic balance, or will you stand against the very harmony you claim to protect? In orbit above them, representatives from the Mindscape Collective were already arriving, drawn by Earth's awakening call. After eons of separation, humanity was rejoining the cosmic community, not as conquerors or subjects, but as essential participants in the complex dance of universal forces, and as Earth's consciousness fully integrated with the awareness of its human children. A new era began, one where the planet once hidden behind veils of deception and fear would now serve as the nexus point. It was always meant to be a bridge between worlds, a balancer of forces, and a reminder that the greatest power in the cosmos was not domination, but connection. The aliens who had feared Earth's return now witnessed its true purpose. It's found in its awakening, not an ending but a beginning.